Hi, so this is a video that, well, they say inspiration comes from the strangest places. I was just on the loo, the place where you go and to think, I didn't take anything in with me, so there's no distractions. And of course, when you have no distractions, your brain starts working overtime. And I was just thinking, what is there any actual Marvel writer that I actually really enjoy and who I think, oh, pardon me, that's currently with Marvel, who should be given greater control over the keys to Marvel characters. And one name pops up, and it's one name who this year I've especially enjoyed the comics. I've dipped my toes into them. I've not really followed through them, but I think I might do. I've not got rid of them. And it's one writer, and it's Benjamin Percy. I know it's not Jed MacKay, it's not Jonathan Hickman, it's not Dennis Camp. Dennis Camp I wouldn't really classify because he's only doing the Ultimates. So I view the Ultimates as something different to mainstream Marvel. But yeah, I would say the one person who could really turn around, and not Ryan North because he only does Fantastic Four, the one person who's shown that he could actually turn around how Marvel is now and inject a bit of fun, a bit of grit to it is Benjamin Percy. He's the closest they've got now to like a Marvel type of writer who used to write for Marvel Knights or on, on the black and white pulpy side of the magazines back in the 70s. I mean, his Deadpool and Wolverine showed with that one, and he seems to get artists who like working with him and have stickability with him. So you've got a great artist on Deadpool Wolverine, and you've got a really fun story. And I don't like Deadpool; he's not one of my favorite characters at all. He makes him likable in a way by not making him too stupid, not too silly, not too fourth wall breaking. And he does a solid Wolverine, which he proved with the series what he did of Wolverine not so long ago. And then again, he made me like a novelty character, and I hate novelty characters when they just rehash elements from other characters. I really enjoyed Helverin. The only thing that put me off, I thought the art was a little bit lacking. Colouring, it relied too heavily on the colouring, but again, great. This was great. This closest thing Marvel's got to like, apart from Incredible Hulk, to like a horror comic, and it works really well. And he made me actually like a character I've got no affiliation or interest in, and he did it again with Red Hulk #1. I have not got any history at all with Red Hulk, but he made me interested and invested in Thunderbolt Ross, and he digs into the Marvel place um, uh, into the Marvel play box to get characters who don't get utilized enough, like Machine Man and Deathlock. And he brings a fresh element, almost like a fresh but a classic element as well to any Marvel comic that he works on. This is the closest they've got to a feel of like a classic 80s Marvel comic or early Marvel Knights one where they pushed the envelopes as far as they could go, and it doesn't rely on silly, stupid, patronizing gimmicks like Red Band. It's a superhero comic for grown-ups, and it's got a nice pulp, gritty feel to it. I got art again by Jeff Shaw. It works really well. I would love for Benjamin Percy to be given the keys to doing like a Defenders comic or to take over the Avengers, because I think the Avengers at the moment is sorely lacking in anything unique or interesting. I think if he was given the keys to the Avengers, he'd make the Avengers cool like it was back in the 70s when you had, say, about 5 A-list heroes, and you had maybe 5 or 7 um, C or D-list heroes, and just shake it up. So with the 70s ones, you had some cosmic heroes, you had some of the street level, more pulpy kind of heroes, and that mix really worked. So come on, Marvel, give Benjamin Percy not just these titles, but give him the keys to a really to a team book, either the Defenders or the Avengers, because you need a writer of this caliber who can bring a pulp sensibility to your title and also honours the history of what's gone before in Marvel characters. Whereas I think at the moment with Marvel comics, they just feel like you can pick it up, put it down, and there's no history or lineage there. And I think he recognises the lineage, and he likes playing with the lineage and the history of characters' history and lore. So yeah, he more so than Dennis Camp, because like I said, Dennis Camp, great, he's doing the Ultimates, but he's not really shown what he can do apart from the Ultimates. And I think Dennis Camp is fantastic. And more so, definitely more so than Jed MacKay or Al Ewing. I think Al Ewing, to be honest, is not doing his greatest work at the moment. I think that Benjamin Percy is the most exciting Marvel writer for mainstream Marvel, and they need to give him a team book. So that's been a public broadcast presentation by me on behalf of the Benjamin Percy Appreciation Society. Let me know if you agree or if you disagree. Who do you think is one of the best, not superstar writers on Marvel, but one of the best ground level writers on Marvel who handles some of the more mainstream books, who doesn't get talked about very often? For me, it's definitely Benjamin Percy. Hope you enjoyed that. If not, not much I could do about it. Bye.